investigators were called in, and they sat and they talked to us.
And they grilled me. The white hot spotlight. Over and over. Did you shake him? No. Did you hurt him? No. Did you hit him? No. Did he drop? No. Did he fall? No. We were there till 2 or 3 in the morning, and they wouldn't let us stay there. We'd come back the next day. Francine had left early to go by herself. I was getting a ride from a neighbor. We stopped at a convenience store. I was waiting in the car while she had went in to get some food item of some such. And the 2 detectives had come to the front of the car, and they had said, "We were looking for you. What are you doing?"
It was a setup, basically, is what it was. When Alan pulled up, they pulled up right afterwards. They were waiting. They told Alan to get out of the car, that they were arresting him, something in reference to do with our son, and that they were going to rough him up.
They eventually put me in jail there. At this point, Alan had not died. He was still on life support.
Our son remained in critical care in Florida Hospital. He was there for 3 days when I was approached by the doctor and TransLife, which is an organ harvesting team. They had come to me and explained that basically my son was brain dead.
Went to trial. We had one expert, very respected pathologist, in fact, nationally known, and they had 5 local doctors, all contracted, and we lost. Our expert said this was not a traumatic death. The bleeding happened in the hospital. The tissue markers are clear. It's not even arguable. Dad argued it anyway. Jury believed them. Got sentenced to life in prison. No parole. Plus 10 years.
What I remember about Alan Yurko's trial was, in spite of the fact that the evidence was complicated, technical, comprising of expert opinions, that the jurors only deliberated 3.5 hours. That leads me to have serious doubts whether they fully deliberated, discussed all the aspects of it, tested the evidence as they're sworn to do.
We were outnumbered by state's experts compared to our defense expert. They had 5 to our 1. And unfortunately, that's a situation that many cases face because the prosecution has unlimited funding.
I told Francine my plan. Looking back on it, it's kind of funny because I would say, I'm going to rally the medical community. We're going to have people supporting us, and we're going to do this, and I'm going to, ranting. I don't think I believed it myself. But it sounded good and it kept me going.
I have never seen any behavior or personality issues that could even give me any remote possibility that he could do something like this to our child.
I started to research. I started to bring in books. And I started to notice things that were wrong.
In August of 2002, I received an email from Alan Yorka, asked me if I can evaluate their case, and I was in shock to know the way our medical system, how they handle the cases of shaken baby syndrome.
The weakness in Alan Yurko's case is the medical examiner's testimony and the medical examiner's opinion of the cause of the child's death. The medical examiner, to a large extent, and that's Dr. Shashi Gore, has been, in this case, largely discredited. Now, he's been discredited in a lot of other cases too, but just in this case, he had commentary about examining the child's heart. The child's heart had been removed for transplant before the autopsy, so he never examined the heart.
And then it's quoted that the baby was black, that the baby was white.
There are so many different discrepancies that are within this autopsy, it makes you wonder, whose child was he looking at?
Francine never identified the body at the morgue. She was never called to there. So now we're wondering, maybe that really wasn't him. Maybe there was a really big mix-up, and this isn't just clerical errors. This isn't just bungling.
We began what has become to be known the Yurko Project. The Yurko Project helps families and caregivers that are in similar or same straits.